Hello Year 5, this is your Big Maths for the 1st of February. It's February, can you believe it? So this is Monday's Big Maths. You don't need your maths book today because we're going to be practicing our times tables. You just need your brains and your voices. So join in with me as much as you can. So last week you were practicing some times tables on Times Table Rockstars, and these people practiced the most, so they put in the most amount of minutes on Times Table Rockstars. So well done Alfie, Sam C, Harry M, Will and Finley. Your garage level on Times Table Rockstars this week will be set to 6 times tables. So see if you can get a little bit of practice in as often as possible, even if that's 5 minutes a day. That will make a big difference to keeping these times tables facts in your heads, which will then help you with lots of other maths learning that you're going to be doing. So we're going to look at the 6 times table together to begin with, before you go and have some practice on Times Table Rockstars. So we're going to start by saying the whole calculation together. So join in with me. You can say it quietly with a whisper voice, or you can call it out loud as long as it doesn't disrupt the people around you. But join in with me, don't leave me on my own. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 6 is 24, 5 times 6 is 30, 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 6 is 42, 8 times 6 is 48, 9 times 6 is 54, 10 times 6 is 60, 11 times 6 is 66, and 12 times 6 is 72. We're going to next just call out the multiples, so counting in 6s starting from 0. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72. Okay, well done. Now we're going to start covering some up and seeing if you can remember them. So we know that 1 times 6 is 6, and I think we know that 2 times 6 is 12. That's double 6. And we definitely know that 10 times 6 is 60, and that 11 times 6 is 66. Those ones are quite straightforward to remember. And I'm also going to cover up 5 times 6 is 30. That's half of 60, which is 10 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, let's go through our 6 times table and see if you can remember the ones that I've covered up. So I won't call them out. I want you to call them out for me. So we're going to call out the whole thing. And make sure you fill in the gaps when I leave a gap and there's a box covering it up on the screen. 1 6s, 2 6s are, 3 6s are 18, 4 6s are 24, 5 6s are, 6 6s are 36, 7 times 6 is 42, 8 6s are 48, 9 6s are 54, 10 6s are, 11 6s are, 12 6s are. Okay, let's cover up some more now. So I think that probably, if you've been practicing your 6s for a while, you'll know 3 times 6 is 18. We also know that 6 times 3 is 18. So you might use your 3 times tables to help you with that one. And I'm also going to cover up this one here. This is a square number, 36, because it's 6 times 6. And I personally find it easy to remember because it's got a 6 in the ones column, so it's quite a nice little rhyme. 6 times 6 is 36. So we'll cover that one up. And I'm also going to think about 12 times 6. So I know that 10 times 6 is 60, and I know 2 times 6 is 12. 60 add 12 together makes 72. And I'm also going to cover up 9 times 6 is 54, because I know that it comes just before 10 times 6, which is 60. So it's going to be 50 something, and I can use my number bonds. I know 6 add 4 make 10. So 54. 9 times 6 is 54. Okay. Let's practice those then, seeing if you can fill in the gaps. I'm not going to call out the ones that are covered up, but I would like you to. I'd like you to join in with me the whole way through. Let's go. 1 6s, 2 6s are, 3 6s are, 4 6s are 24, 5 6s are, 6 6s are, 7 6s are 42, 8 sixes are 48, 9 sixes are, 10 sixes are, 11 sixes are, and 12 sixes are. Okay, I wonder how you got on. I will show you those ones there so you can see if there was one that you didn't know. You can remind yourself of it, maybe jot it down to remind yourself to practice it another time. Saying these out loud as much as possible really helps get it into your head, a bit like when you're learning a nursery rhyme. Singing it over and over again helps it stick into your head. So same with our times tables, singing them or saying them really helps you remember them. Okay, we've only got 3 more left to cover up. So 4 times 6 is 24. You might want to say that to yourself. 4 times 6 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 4s are 24. 4 6s are 24. However you want to say it. We'll cover that one up. And you might find 5 times 6 as an anchor for that. So if you're thinking, what's 4 times 6? Well, I know 5 times 6 is 30. 6 less than that is 24. And then we've got 7 times 6 and 8 times 6. So 7 times 6 is 42. You might want to say that to yourself. 7 times 6 is 42. And our last fact, 8 times 6 is 48. So you might want to try and just remind yourself 36, 42, 48. And then we move on to 54. Okay, so 7 times 6 is 42. 8 times 6 is 48. Let's have a go at reading our 6 times table now. 1 times 6 is, 2 times 6 is, 3 times 6 is, 4 times 6 is, 5 times 6 is, 6 times 6 is, 7 times 6 is, 8 times 6 is, 9 times 6 is, 10 times 6 is, 11 times 6 is, and 12 times 6 is. Okay, how did you get on? Have a look at the multiples there of 6 and just see how you got on. Think about were there any you weren't sure of, are there any that you need to be practicing this week? So maybe make a note of any that you would like to practice over the course of this week. And please do practice on times table rock stars, because we've just been practicing those in order. But what we really want to achieve is to get to a point where everybody can recall those facts not in order. So if I was to say 8 times 6, you would know that that was 48 straight away. So times table rock stars really helps you with that, because it will ask you random questions, and if you get it wrong, it will tell you the correct answer, so you can look at that and try to remember it for next time. So please do get on there. I'd love to see maybe some new names in our top 5 next week that I'm not expecting. So see what you can do. Our top 5 is all about how many minutes you play. So try and put in as much time as you can this week to practicing your times tables. It will really be worth it to help you with your maths and keep those maths facts in your head. Well done, Year 5. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.